Wayne, can you hear us at all now?
Should be home.
No, he said he can't see or hear y'all.
Okay, yeah. Oh, and that was a 704. I don't know.
Let me type in Dwayne here. All right, so Wayne, can you hear us? Rich is saying our journey has been fun to watch. So Rich, this is Rick's son. Okay, so we only have our family watching probably. Oh no, there's somebody else. Hi, Christy. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. I never thought we'd be here. It's two old geezers who learned YouTube and, doing our best. I literally held the camera the wrong way. I would hold it like this to shoot. And my granddaughter is like, Mom, you're holding the camera wrong. So apparently it's supposed to be in landscape mode, although now there's shorts that are in this mode. So you'll see them sometime. But thank you so much, everyone. It took us about 5 months to get here. And, like I said, it's not really about money because YouTubers really don't make a lot of money. 88 cents. I mean, hey, it's a lot of money to some people, but in 2 days, though, come on. But one of the things we get with this 1,000 subscribers is we get to have a community tab. That community tab is real important for communicating with you guys. So we can put up polls and ask questions and see what you guys like, because really it's your channel. I mean, we're putting on what you like. I can look at the analytics and see what you guys like, but I prefer to hear from you guys what you like. So our analytics say tours are the most popular thing. People want to see tours of any kind of camper that we have going out there. And, it's not a problem. The problem is we have not found a cargo camper since we've been to Florida. We have to go back to the Keys. It's that simple.
She's just using that as an excuse.
They're only in the Keys and the Everglades. We have not found any in here.
Well, there aren't any bonefish in New Jersey either, but...
We're just talking about our shirts. We do have our shirts on. I don't see. We got to squeeze back a little. We do have our shirts. No. We can move it down. Okay, there's our shirts. Mine says cargo on.
Yours is bigger.
Yes, my chest is bigger here. Oh, PJ, sorry. Yours is. There's two different designs, and then we have them in orange, and I think they're maroonish. You can pick your colors though. And I think we said we are going to at one point do a sweepstakes when I figure out how to do it on here and give away a t-shirt or some kind of merchandise. So we do have a store. It's in the link below, and there's, I don't know, mugs and stuff like that. But what I purposely wanted to make a shirt, even though I don't think you're crazy about the design, but we don't agree with a lot of stuff on the channel, like all the goofy stuff that I do. You're not too fond of, now are you?
Some of it. Yeah. I just noticed tonight on mine, my logo is smaller, but then at the bottom she's got some little pine trees there. I looked down and I had never noticed them before, and at first I thought like the cat puked on it or something. But
no, there are pine trees on that one. But I wanted this logo not really to look like a brand name, but to look like anyone who built a cargo camper could wear it and kind of show off. So that's why we made this design. But who knows? The name has changed 3 times. Maybe the shirt designs will change 3 times. I really don't know. But again, we're thrilled to be here. We have plans for the channel. We really want to be able to go live more often. Can Wayne hear us yet? Yep, just like his chip off the old block, just like his father. Now, Wayne, I don't know if you're still there, but whoever is on here, are you guys on StreamYard, or are you just going right through YouTube? because I don't know if that's making a difference. I'm using StreamYard to stream this. And that's probably what we'll be using in the future, because one thing that we want to do, and one of the main reasons we wanted to go live, is we want to bring on guests and be able to talk to them. All right, so Brian's on YouTube. Okay, Rich is on YouTube. Okay, so Wayne, I don't know why you can't hear us. In the beginning, I think it was, I'll own that. I didn't push the button. You kept saying to push the button.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if he's still there. But anyway, I want to interview builders like Chris. I know a lot of people had saw Chris's cargo camper, and have him on here, and people can ask him questions. Brian's another one. He's the one that has the log cabin build. Not the Brian that's in the chat right now. It's a different Brian. But Brian did the log cabin. Betty Bear. Okay, I'd like to have her on. So these are some ideas that I would like to do. And then who knows? What we want to do is be able to get feedback from you guys and hear what you want. We just want to reach out to you guys and be like a community. That was one of the things you said when we first started this channel. Do you remember?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wanted, there's a couple organizations that are doing the teardrop campers, and they're having like these meets and get-togethers where they all converge on one campground on a particular weekend, and they make new friends and whatnot. And that's what my hopes were when Sharon said that she wanted to actually go from just one video and actually create a channel and do more videos on it. I thought that perhaps we could get a group, and it doesn't necessarily have to be just people that have converted cargo campers.
No, we can't find enough of them.
There are.
It could be a tent. We don't care.
We did this video this past week on a over the road camper that.
We got a super sticker. Thank you, Christy. Thank you so much.
We got a guy with an off-road camper and another one that had a utility trailer that had a tent that was specifically manufactured for it, and it was the trailer was modified. So those kind of people could be included in this community, and we can share ideas. I mean, if you've got a tip on how to deal with handling water off grid, or you got a recipe or something like that, we can share that through this community, and maybe even kind of meet up, not necessarily en masse, but as we go camping at certain destinations, we may be able to plan or schedule trips where we can meet up with one another here and there.
Yeah, some people do that. And I mean, we camp a lot. Well, we're not full-timers, okay? And by the way, you can ask us anything you want, except Rich. You're not allowed to, because you probably know everything. But you can ask us anything you want. We'll either say pass or take the fifth and lawyer up. But no, ask us anything you want. And we camp a lot, but we are not full-timers. We are in a sticks and bricks house with kids and cats and dogs and fish and what is that thing that Brian has? A skink?
A skink, yeah.
Maybe
which is
like a lizard.
Gotten large enough now that it may be table fare shortly. But,
no. Brian's not going to be happy with that comment. Brian's on here, He's kidding, Brian.
I said that to him the other day, so it wasn't like the first time you heard it.
Yeah. So we have a full house. Who knows if we'll do it in the future? I do respect people who full-time. I have so much respect for them. And I also have, I'd be lying if I didn't say I had a little bit of fear inside, especially for the females that do it. I don't think I could do it. I really don't. I think I'd be scared to death to go out in the middle of the wilderness by myself, whether it's a bear or a bear may be preferable compared to like a weirdo. You never know what you're going to run into out there. So I really, really give them a lot of respect. But So we're camping as much as we can. We've got a couple trips coming up.
But there's no plan on our part to ever go full time. At least at this point in our lives, we've pretty much agreed that it's not something that we want to do full time. But we have discussed the possibility of doing like a long-term out west trip where maybe we're gone for a month or even 6 weeks.
I definitely want to go out west. I want to see Yellowstone before it blows up. I don't know if I'll like the desert or anything, but I really would like to head out west and, take maybe a month or something. But who knows? You never say never. We could be full-timers one day.
Yeah. Right now, we have a trip scheduled for next month. We're going to be gone for a week, and we're going into northern Pennsylvania to a place that I actually first went to when I was 12 years old, went hunting there. And so we're going to start at that point, move up north to see some of the sights and go into New York and end up in the Thousand Islands.
Wait, not only did you go hunting there, didn't you catch something there your first? Was that there?
Yeah, I got to answer that or you're going to think I got some sort of disease.
PG.
Yeah, the second day I ever hunted when I was 12 years old, I shot a black bear. And I was only one out of a party of 28 hunting that shot this bear.
We had to find that picture.
I'll look for it. But at any rate, we're going back to that area and start. It's there's some history up there, not just my history, but history period that's interesting in that this area where we're starting from was the first area in Pennsylvania that ever got drilled for natural gas and hit natural gas. And that guy that did that, it was actually his land that I hunted on as a boy. And I met him that year that I went up there the first time. That was just maybe a year or two before he passed away. And he was quite a character. So over the course of the next month or two, I'll probably share a couple stories about him that are quite interesting.
Hopefully they're good stories.
So while we're doing this trip
I want him to fight back and he won't.
To Pennsylvania and New York, we're also going to look at some other possibilities. We're only about the first night that we actually have reserved for our camping trip. We're only about 50 miles away from the Allegheny National Forest in Pennsylvania. And so I started doing some researching about some of the boondocking over there.
Yeah, we've yet to boondock. And, we're from New Jersey. And, there's really no boondocking in New Jersey.
Well, there's, boondocking includes dispersed tent camping. Now, we've got quite a lot of opportunity to do that here in the East.
In the Pine Barrens?
No, not so much in Pine Barrens, but the Appalachian Trail, for instance. You can go up on the Appalachian Trail and just through hike for a weekend. You don't have to, hike any tremendous amount of distance. You go up there, and that's dispersed camping. It's boondocking. You've got no amenities, no facilities.
And by the way, I'm working on that video. Last year, we did hike DAT, went overnight, just for a section hike and stayed overnight. And I put together that video. But it's not just a video of our experience. It's Rick talking about, some of the proper equipment to take and things like that. So that video will probably be coming up in a couple weeks.
But anyway, what I was saying about the boondocking is that there are plenty of places to tent camp and boondock in the East. But the boondocking like you see on these YouTube videos where people are out west and they're all by themselves and there's nothing around them, not another camper or anything for miles. No, we don't have so much of that. We've got some boondock in that they're free and don't have any hookups, campsites that are more like campgrounds here in the East. And I'm looking at this Allegheny National Forest because it supposedly has a road where you can trailer camp and boondock, and you're not all clustered right together. You're kind of spread out on this road. How many more places are like that in the East? I don't know. If anybody's watching this video, feel free to send us a note or a message of something that you're aware of or familiar with that would kind of fit the bill for criteria like that.
Christy, where are you? I see Christy Kins Trading, so I'm assuming your name is Christy. Hi. Where are you from? Where are you at right now? Because people could be from anywhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
So we are, more familiar with the East Coast, New Jersey. Like I said, we definitely want to go out west. But coming up, we just have a trip. Well, we're going to my brother's park model camper in next week, and then what the trip you said, and after that it's
back into Maryland to Assateague, but we're going to be in the state park this time as opposed to the national park.
She's sitting across the street. I don't know who that is.
And
Christy Kins Trading across the street.
I
can't tell who the picture is.
All right.
It's not my niece. Oh, there's another one. D. Nick from Baltimore.
There we go.
Weren't you from Maryland?
My mother was born and raised in Baltimore. I was born in Fort Meade, Maryland.
The Army Hospital.
At a military base.
It's Christy, my niece?
Yeah.
Hi, Chris. I can't tell. The picture's so tiny, I can't tell.
Right. Okay.
So she has Christy Kins Trading. What are you trading?
Day trader.
Oh, that's Christy. That's too cool. So it's just family. Hi, honey.
Not
Wow.
just family.
So I forget. Where were we at?
All right. So we were talking about these trips. But one of the other things that we'd like, as Sharon was briefly mentioning earlier, is we'd like more input on things that you folks are interested in, what you particularly want to see on
They're down
the channel. You know, we already said we're going to continue doing tours. We've discussed whether or not we should do videos of some of the other activities that I like to do that we can do on camping trips. You know, maybe specifically shoot a video of kayaking or canoeing or fishing or.
Well, we really want to hear what you guys like. Like I said, most of the views are coming from tours. Okay. Unfortunately, we can't find that many. King Nummy, you like King Nummy, Rich? That's where my brother is. I guess all of them are there. My brother and everyone and Christy, they're probably all watching. Hey guys, it's hot up here. So I'm sorry, I got distracted. I'm going to get distracted because I'm talking and reading at the same time, and I can't do two things at the same time.
Right.
So what were you saying?
We were talking about ideas, and I've offered to either do a video here and there of some specific construction ideas. I have a lot of old school things that I learned that have probably been forgotten, like
Endless Skyway Adventures. Hello. Thank you so much. We're going to be popping champagne in a minute. I can't wait.
Oh, that's an interesting. Thank you, Endless Skyway. It feels pretty good to be at 1,000. But anyway, I can do some videos on things that are probably almost secrets nowadays, that I learned as a boy from an old time carpenter. And he's taught me several tricks to make my workmanship better and make life and the job easier that I haven't seen anything like them on YouTube. So I'm willing to if people are interested, willing to share some of this stuff before I pass away and it's too late.
It looks like D Nick just finished their build last month. Congratulations. You been out there camping yet? Because we use our, and did you build a cargo? I mean, it's so much fun. But like I said, we'll film anything, especially if it's interesting. You know, we love our camper, but you know, we're trying to put anything on there that you guys want and find interesting. But we also really want to develop make a community. Maybe we'll come on live more often, and you know, chew the fat, shoot the breeze, whatever. And I don't know how often we would do it because we probably wouldn't have too much to talk about all the time.
But one of the things too that I wanted to bring up and see how others are doing the types of camping. Are most of you that like to camp, are you camping via one method? In other words, if you have a travel trailer, is that all you're doing now, or do you still tent camp once in a while? Because I just recently got my van back. Have a new engine put in it.
Yep.
And we're talking about doing a minor conversion on that where we could potentially do a long-term road trip with it where we would just use the van to sleep in like at truck stops while we're in transit, but basically go ahead and tent camp, and primarily for the purpose of saving on gasoline because gas is going through the roof again, as I'm sure all of you know.
Why do we have to tent camp if we have a bed in the van?
Well, because if you're going to go someplace to a destination for a couple of days, there's probably more room and better ventilation in the tent.
Yeah, but I don't want to be a soft taco for a bear out in the middle of the West. I'd rather be a hard taco in the van. Yeah.
If we solely use the van to camp in, you know, after like the second or third day, I'll probably be up to my knees walking around in her dirty laundry. So
D Nick, they were just at Holly Shores. So last week, and D Nick has a 7x16 cargo.
Okay.
You have, hey, we'd like to see it. Send us pictures or whatever. Or do you have a YouTube channel? You know, when we first started this channel, I said to Rick, I says, you know, we're not unique. It seems like people get old, they buy a camper, and then they start a YouTube channel. It's amazing how many people but I'll tell you one thing. I in a way I think, not that I'm the sharpest tack in the box, but in a way I think YouTube has kept me a little bit sharper because I really had to focus and learn new things. So I think it's great for older people to do stuff like that. So Holly Shores, I think I've been there. Endless Skyway Adventures. We're almost done with our 6x12 tandem axle build. I did a build 3 years ago. Awesome. So great. A lot of people have builds. So D Nick, you're in New Jersey. Endless Skyway Adventures. Where are you at? I want to guess Virginia. I'm thinking Skyline Drive, Virginia. Could be wrong. But I think the double axle is good. Ours is 6x12, right?
Ours is 6x12, yeah.
We wish we had a 7x14.
Or 7x16. But that's pretty much as big as I'd want to haul.
Well, you know, what's nice is we can get in these tiny little spots and we watch these. Rich, you know, I've seen you driving that great big motorhome. Oh, wow, man, I don't know how you guys do it. I mean, and when you got to park it, it's like, wow. Ours is just right in.
And, you know, I've looked at the idea of going even an 8-wide trailer. And when you go to the 8-wide, they put the wheels underneath instead of out on the outside of the trailer. But they're still 8-wide. And driving home from the Gettysburg trip, there was a lot of highway construction, and they have those concrete barriers in the right-hand lane, and I'm in the right-hand lane. There's no shoulder. And I'm thinking, man, I would not want to be driving down here with a much wider trailer. So those are kind of factors that I take into consideration with, where I would possibly go in the future with going with a wider and a larger trailer. I've hauled like 18-foot landscape trailers, and that to me is where it's starting to get a little bit long. So I think 7 by 16 would be about as big as I'd want to go in either dimension.
So, Maryland. Okay. So D-Nick is in Maryland and Endless Sky Adventures in Massachusetts. Have you ever camped in Massachusetts?
Yes.
I haven't.
It's been a long time. I was actually, excuse me, the last time I was there was in 1976 for the bicentennial. We did a drive up to New England to see Boston and the Salem Witch Museum. And
maybe we can have a goal to get, like, they have those maps where you fill them in with stickers when you've been to every state.
Yes.
And do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we love it. Oh, they're taking it to South Dakota next July.
There you go.
Is that the Badlands? I don't know the difference between I think it's the Badlands.
Yeah. That would be one of my destinations, at least a through point at any rate. I'd like to maybe go up through South Dakota, kind of across the north, and then drop down and capture Yellowstone and the Grand Canyon, and then maybe come back through some southern states. I've had this thing in the back of my mind about buying a piece of recreational land. And so that's now too kind of an impetus with some of our destinations, that I'd like to incorporate the time to really go to some of the out of the way spots as we're in transit, just to see what's there, what it looks like, get a feel for it, to see whether or not you might be interested in setting up a base camp there or even a small campground.
D-Nick says Deadwood. Is that what is in South Dakota? Deadwood?
Yeah.
I heard of it, but
That's like the Hole in the Wall gang, I think, or something up there. Butch Cassidy, Sundance Kid,
Oh, really? Well, I'm ready for champagne. Should we guys open the champagne? Please don't, this stuff makes me nervous, and don't squirt it at my Mac. You can squirt it at that one. He calls me a Mac snob now. I am a true Apple product. I got, not only did I learn all this, it's near Sturgis. Okay. Do you ride too? I was gonna say, you have a toy hauler. I don't know what month Sturgis is. Champagne makes me nervous.
Champagne makes me giggle.
I'm not really a big champagne drinker, but he does ride too. So is yours a toy hauler? Well, don't squirt it at me. So, anyway, not only did I have to learn the YouTube, but it's easier. I don't have any fancy equipment. Okay. The only thing I use is my iPhone. Okay. And I use iMovie, for the videos, and it's way easier to edit the videos on, the laptop. All right. That wasn't too bad. It just makes a loud noise.
For a 12 gauge.
Max is probably upstairs all scared. Looks so pretty. You should have saw us last week. We were giggling silly. So Nick says it is a toy hauler. Well, is that the 7 by 16? Yeah, it's got to be with the toy hauler. Alrighty, we have our glasses. So guys, this is to you guys. You guys got us here. Thank you so much. We're going to do our best to keep making videos. Hopefully they're going to keep getting better, but tell us what you guys want. You want my silly joke and stuff? Let me know. If you don't want that, I won't be offended. Believe me, just say, Sharon, the cat coming out of the house was a little too much, whatever. Just let me know. Wish you guys could have this.
Interesting taste.
Really? I don't know. I'm not a champagne person, so I really
almost
don't know.
has like apple finish to it.
So the other upcoming trip we're scheduled till September when we're going to Assateague. We have been there before. I thought it was the hottest place on earth. It was July. It was this time last year.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like a week ago.
Well, we did hit. That was the hottest week in July for some reason. We hit one of the worst thunderstorms I've ever camped in down there. The last night we were there too.
Oh, that was funny. The tent is like, and
Tent looked like a steamroller went over it.
No, I wake up and the tent is like sinking in and expanding and from the wind, and he's snoring. I'm like, great. I'm like, Rick.
The wind practically collapsed the tent flat to the ground. It actually broke about a 1/2-inch diameter fiberglass pole on that thing. Just splintered it.
The funniest part was, well, it wasn't funny. But there was just this. I wanted to go on top of the hill more on the beach, where you're not really supposed to go up there, but people were.
Top of the dune. She wanted to put the tent up there so she could see the ocean at night.
Yes, I wanted to sit right in my tent and see the ocean rather than being back behind the dune. So I'm bugging him. I'm like, can we please move up there? He's like, no. I'm like, and I begged and pleaded. And man, when he don't want to budge, she's not budging. So I gave up. And man, I am so glad we weren't up there when that storm came, because the one guy lost a brand new canopy.
Instant pop-up canopies, but it was like a $250 one. He said it blew right out into the ocean.
Yeah. And then the other one, it was a couple there and they had teenagers, and the girl was like, I think 15. I know that because he was yelling at her when she was being a brat earlier. But anyway, she woke up from that wind and rain and was screaming bloody murder. She was scared to death. She woke up out of a sound sleep with wind like that.
Father started using threats to quiet her down. He threatened everything short of punching our lights out.
So October, we have nothing planned. We have to plan something. We had talked about some things. Now, most of our trips were planned in January, so we didn't really run into any problem with, everyone's saying it's so difficult to get a reservation. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll find out, but I think we're easier anyway because we don't have to have full hookup. Because we don't have full hookup. We don't have sewer. We can use water. We can use electric, but we don't have sewer. Fortunately, when we camp, we are almost always in front of the bathhouse. Always. So that works out great. Boondocking, that'll be a different story. But we do have a bucket. I don't know if we're going to go with a compost or a cassette toilet.
Probably a cassette. But.
Yeah, we're going to figure out something more. Like I said, we don't really have to worry about it so much now because the way that we camp now. But going out west and more off grid, we're going to have to think about that a little bit more.
Yeah, when you're hauling that poop bucket right in the vehicle you're driving in, you got to think about these things.
Oh, we had our first, what do we want to call it? Coming home from
our first
casualty
accident, loss.
Yes. Rick broke the microwave.
Yeah, I forgot to lock the microwave down at the end of the camping trip. Don't ask me why. Never had a problem with it before, but Now I'm thinking I bolting the new one to the wall because I could
Yeah, that's a good idea.
get forgetful nowadays.
Yep. So we went in the back to camper to check on something else, and here the microwave was crashed down with glass all over. So I'm assuming you can't use it without glass, right?
Right.
Yeah. So,
But we only paid $20 for that at a yard sale. Somebody down the street from us had it out one day when we stopped. So we got that. But we picked up our new microwave today, and I'll make sure this one isn't going to go anywhere.
yeah, and we didn't get the red retro one that I wanted, but it's okay. So going forward, I was putting videos up on Thursday. So just so you know, Rick does all the construction on the camper. You know, he knows most of the places to go camping and stuff, although I picked a few. I do all the edits and everything on YouTube. I forget what I was saying. The video.
Going forward.
Huh?
Going forward.
Oh, the videos. I was putting a video up every Thursday, and but it's never consistently Thursday. Sometimes it's Wednesday, sometimes it's Monday, and I wound up a lot of times putting up more than one video. We wanted to buy a conventional type RV, but was concerned about spending all that money on typically poorly built units. I agree. I mean, for what we spent, when we first started this channel, didn't you want to call it Camp Less? No, Spend Less, Camp More.
I don't know whether that was one of my thoughts or not, but
It was something like that because we hardly spent anything.
But I look at the cost of these ready-made campers, like you said, Nick. They're poorly built. I've heard stories about people pulling into their campsite and finding paneling popped off the walls, and they didn't use enough fasteners here or there, and the molding's coming loose. Guys on the YouTube videos are complaining about the fact that they run the electric and the wiring together, and it's in such disarray that it's dangerous. So I wanted to avoid all that as well.
Oh, D-Nick has a 3-wheel Harley. Cool. I used to ride with my previous husband. So for those of you who don't know, I don't know how many of you has ever watched all the videos. We assume people have, but chances are you probably haven't. So we're both widows. Ironically, we both lost our spouses at the same age. They were both only 56. But my husband passed away in 2013. His wife passed away in 2014. But my husband used to ride bikes. So, you know, we did that for a while. I think the furthest we drove was maybe a couple states away. We never really went on a long road trip. We did haul it to. He had a trailer, and he trailered it to Virginia to Skyline Drive. That was my most favorite ride in the world. Okay, I remember getting up in the morning, and I think it was October when we were there. But we always seem to miss the leaves every time we go there. But I remember getting up in the morning and there was a real, that real thin layer of ice on the seat. And I had to scrape off the seat and I had chaps on. And by the afternoon, I was pulling those chaps off. The weather changes so fast out there. But what a beautiful ride, I'm telling you. I do kind of miss it sometimes, but riding in New Jersey's not the safest thing to do. I didn't even know Harley made the 3-wheel Harleys.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of them around here. They look like the Batman and stuff.
Oh,
is that something different?
Yeah, it's something different.
Yeah. So Endless is saying we sold our 26-foot RV, 1993 Sunline, back when you could buy quality RVs. We felt it was too big for trips to the West. So I guess maybe they did make RVs more quality than they do now. I hear everyone complain about the quality.
Well, and that, from what I'm seeing on the internet, the quality is, in some cases, has gone down even farther because some of these manufacturers are pushing for production harder than ever, and guys are like, just trying to keep up with everything, and a lot of stuff is getting overlooked. Plus, they're going to the cheapest materials to try and maximize the profit.
Well, my first husband and I had I think it was a 37-foot Terry. We didn't pull it though. We bought it in a campground, a seasonal campground, and we bought it used, and we had it for about 10 years. So it was probably around 15 years old when I sold it. But there were things that were falling apart on it, and we didn't move it around. It seemed like there were always little things that were, falling apart. And I think the wear and tear on the road obviously is going to do a lot of, wiggle some things loose and stuff. But aside from the microwave, we really haven't had any issues, knock on wood.
Well, we did have a leak in the camper over this weekend. It rained really hard up there Saturday night. And the way the camper was set up and leveled, for some reason, the water was just pouring off the side of the roof and right down onto the window on my side of the trailer, the side that I sleep on. And I noticed the track started filling up with water, and then it started running down the wall inside. So I just, mopped it up and went back to sleep, put a towel down there to capture it because it wasn't that bad. But next morning I got up and I realized when I went outside that those little drain clips that they put in, they actually had plugged the drain holes, because you could install these windows.
Hey, Brian's on here.
So that the slider would be on the right or the left. You could reverse them. So they put 4 different weep holes in them and plugged all 4. So I never took the plugs out of the bottom ones. What I did that morning, I got up both sides and made sure I got them out.
Hey, Brian, you see, Freedom Ring is Brian. So that is the builder of the log cabin that we have featured. Beautiful, beautiful log cabin. So, Brian, I want to get you on here one time, and people can ask you questions. All I need to do is send you a link. We'll have to figure out how we can set that up. I know you say you're not, that, technology, understand all that tech stuff. I think it's just a link, though. I don't think it's that bad. But I'm sure people would love it. Your trailer is so unique, and you get a lot of views on it. So Nick is saying they've had it out twice, both times at campgrounds. People constantly want to stop. I know. We get it all the time. We should charge for tours.
People drive by the trailer in the campground, and you'll see them slowing down and staring.
I'm just to the point. I'm like, come on, you want to see it? Come on in. And I'll go, can we?
We should give the nickel tour. We'll be making more money off the camper that way.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, it's fun. It really is. We've had so much fun with this, and we have met so many great people. And I'll tell you, one of the things I love about this YouTube channel is when we just started it, we were going to put, it was during COVID, we were going to put some pictures on of his camper. And then we wound up on the Florida, and we met another couple down there who in the Everglades who had a cargo camper. So I told them we just started a YouTube channel. Can we interview them and film them? And they loved it. And it was so much fun. And I love seeing people's faces light up when they know they're being on YouTube. And you know what? We did the same thing. We honestly did. We acted like little kids because we were interviewed for another YouTube channel called New Jersey Outdoor Adventures. And we were like little kids being like, oh my God, we're going to be on YouTube. And I remember telling my grandson, he's like, you're already on YouTube. What are you talking about? I'm like, no, but doesn't mean anything if it's your own channel. So it was kind of fun and exciting. So I loved to see people do that. Hey, it's Bill and Deb from iRod. Hey, how are you? This is our first live stream. Hey, I've been catching up and watching, and I just watched your other episode. Was it last night? But
You're painting the walls?
no, painting. Yes, no. Deb was painting the walls. Okay, Deb
Bill was cutting in.
Well, Deb must be the painter. I mean, so I know I can't pick up a paintbrush around here. I get
I
yelled
know
at.
she was going about 8 times faster.
But Deb is going to win with the color of those of that thing that you're putting on behind the wall there. It's not going to be dark stained. It's going to be white. Just even if the wood is pretty, I think she does have a point. And I was thinking about that because didn't we just varnish our top of our ceiling
Yes.
with clear coat? Will that yellow?
No.
What?
Well, it's a water base. Certain varnishes do tend to age and they discolor, but that being a water base and it's a polyurethane, it'll stay clear.
Bill's saying she always wins. Yeah, we want to catch up with you guys. I don't know when yous are going next. Well, I know you have a meetup or something. If you guys don't know, iRide has a channel, a great channel with a cargo conversion, and Bill and Deb are in the process right now of. They just got a bigger one. It's a 8x20, and they're converting that so you can watch them go through the process. But they've got a great channel, so we always watch them. And I liked watching the builds as they go along. We did not do that, but we may do the van. But that's going to be such a simple build. But we will film all of it. I mean. You spend $7,000 on the motor. We're going to fix the van.
Yeah, it's going to be a simple build initially, not rustic per se, but simple. And it'll probably, like the trailer, be a ongoing process over time. Again, depending on our usage and our needs. So
Bill's saying their meetup or whatever they call it is February 21st through the 27th at Fort White, Florida. I don't know where that is.
But it's the right time of year for Florida.
Oh yeah, especially if you're in New Jersey. Although winters have been mild here, but wow, weather's been crazy. Every day I turn the news on and it's a flood somewhere or a tornado. I'm like, what is going on? Thank God we haven't had it too bad here. Itchitucky Family Canoe and look, I said that right, I think. Itchitucky Family Canoe and Cabins. I don't know if it's sold out though, but maybe someone will cancel. We'll have to see. I mean, I don't know. February 21st. I don't know. I got to look into what I'll be doing with my work schedule right then. I don't know. I'll be back at work.
Mm-hmm.
If I wind up taking that route, I don't know. Were you working today, Bill?
Well, one of the things Sharon's talking about, planning camping trips, we don't have anything for October. Well, I keep reminding her that usually we don't have anything for October. I was supposed to have surgery the end of June on my shoulder, and right now I put it off to the end of September.
Hi, Dan.
So I don't know that I'm going to be capable of doing anything of any consequence, camping or work-wise or anything, at least throughout the month of October and possibly into the middle of November, because they're telling me I'm going to be 4 to 6 weeks on the sidelines with this one. Got 2 tendons that are full tears in my left rotator cuff now. I had the right done like 20 years ago.
This one should be a little easier, but we'll see. I mean, as long as we're not camping again in January and 15 degrees, because I don't think I could do that again. Although seeing a frozen waterfall was so worth it. It really, really was. That was cool. Thank you, Dan. Oh, so Bill was working, but it's a secret where he was working. I don't know if Christy and Bob is on here, and I don't know if Bob is watching with her, but well, I'll talk to him later about that. But I want to see if I can get your camper on here, Bob. That's one of the things I would like to do. That's one of the video ideas I have coming up. I'll talk to you about it. But I mean, it's like I said, it's been so much fun. We've met so many great people, but we really want to, be able to doing this is better because, now I know, who's got a bike and who's going to Sturgis and, oh, Christy is listening. Okay. So I know Bob may not want his camper on here, but there's all different types of camping. Okay. And we've done a lot of it. Okay. We've done backpacking, in the middle of nowhere. We've done tent camping and, and then you go up to a park model. And I would like to showcase all these things. Do you watch Freedom Conversion from Texas? I don't. Have you heard of that?
No.
I haven't heard of that, but there's so many of these channels. Every now and then I'll come across another one that I didn't know about, and they've got a ton of views, so I'm surprised I didn't know about them. Freedom Conversion. I agree, Bill. We're going to meet up somewhere. Now, Jersey. You're funny. Look how he said New Jersey. We're from South Jersey. South Jersey's so different. Although, I don't know. Do we sound like we talk like that? We're further south. And at one point, I do remember, Bob, maybe you remember this. I remember my father talking about it anyway. I think there was South Jersey and North Jersey actually wanted to split apart. They're so different. Oh, D. Nick is saying he might be saying it wrong.
Right.
Freedom Conversion from Texas.
So we'll take a look for it anyway.
Yeah, sometimes I just click on RVs and see what channels come up. There's a lot, And I think that's another thing for us to get monetized in 5 months. I don't think it's, that we're so great. You guys are great for helping us get there. But, we really are fortunate. We fell into this niche. We're just doing what we love to do and, just trying to put a twist on it or whatever. And, what's Bill saying? I had to teach you talk. I have to teach you how to talk heck. Well, Rick talks heck sometimes.
I've been known to do that a time or three.
A time or three? Yeah. We've met so many great people and we love this. So we want to keep up with this. It's just a ball. I love it. I think I'm kind of obsessed with this YouTube thing now. It's, there is a life outside of YouTube. But since I'm not working right now, all of my effort is going into this. And I really, really do enjoy it. And I enjoy the camping. And, if we can help people with a little bit of knowledge on what a campground is like, or I don't know, a way to build something or the way you build something, because it doesn't mean your way is the right way to build something. And I hear, I know Bill gets this a lot with people telling him, why'd you do it that way? I mean, and, it's called freedom conversion. I think you're right. When you build these conversions, you have to build what you want and what is in your budget. I mean, I've seen some conversions. They have so many bells and whistles and everything had lights and remotes. I'm sorry, the dog's barking upstairs. They did a cargo trailer. Maybe I did see them. Freedom Conversion. They did a cargo trailer and now they're converting an ambulance. I think I would like a box truck to convert.
Oh, I've thought about that too, but
I think that would probably be the coolest one.
The registration and insurance on the box truck is going to be more than having like a van with a cargo trailer.
That's true. But yeah, we're going to get more places, and I can't wait to meet up with people and see what's going on. I was hoping Chris would be on here, but I do not see Chris on here. But he's another builder that we would like to get on here. It's kind of like a community is what I feel. I feel close to these people like it's a community. And I don't know, maybe it's just the camping thing. I don't think it's the camper per se. So it's not a cargo camper or a fifth wheel or a park model or a mobile home. What do you call that? Mobile home?
Mobile home, yeah.
Mobile home.
But
That's my timer.
no, at least for me, it's not, it's us cargo trailer conversions are not like BMW owners, we don't tend to cling together just in and of ourselves.
No, but we do. And guys, I think you're going to agree with this. I think we need a wave or a handshake. You know how, the bikers all wave to each other. Okay. And I found out Jeeps have a wave too. We've never camped before. This is all completely new. Us. Oh, Nick, okay. So you're from where? Was he the one from Maryland? I gotta look back. So we're going to have some camping tips too.
But I think it's more the mentality and the warmth of the camping community at large, for the most part, than it is.
Yes,
in
thank
terms
you.
of, I got a Class A or a Class C motorhome, and we got the 20-foot tent versus the guy in the little 5x5 dome tent.
Yeah, I'm sure there are some people like that. We've met some very nice people. And here's what I say. The people that are probably like, oh, we've got the, we don't talk to them anyway. They probably put off such a vibe, we wouldn't even probably talk to them anyway. So the people that we talk to are all down to earth and nice. I mean, we have been literally in a sea of, $50,000, $60,000 campers. And here we are. And they're like, are you camping in that thing?
And on almost every camping trip, we help one of them or another park the darn thing because we're having issues.
Hey, Dan, El Paso, Illinois here. Howdy. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. So how many people we have on here? 11 people. That's more than I thought. Cheers. That's our first live stream. Should we go live stream again? We could figure something out. I don't know when how often we would do it, but it's something we could do. Think about when we have, milestones or something to celebrate. It's not something that we would do all the time. Does anybody have any questions? Oh, Bill was like, yep, do it again. I can't wait to meet you guys. I feel like I already know you guys. You guys crack me up. So I was thinking about, we could play music too. But I don't play that well. And actually, does anyone have questions? No one asked how'd y'all meet or anything? It's an interesting story, actually. I bailed him out of jail and the rest is history. No, I'm kidding. You're not laughing, Rick.
Grocery store.
Yeah. But the one thing, I know, Bill, when you had your live thing, you had music on, and I'd be afraid to do that with, I guess if it's your own, it's okay. But I'd be nervous with, YouTube and the whole copyright thing.
Plus my guitar playing sucks lately, so I haven't been practicing too much.
Oh, so Bill bit. Okay. How did you all meet? Okay. So, like you said, we're both widows. We both had, I was married for 33 years. How long were you married for?
Combined or just number two?
No, in your good marriage.
17.
Okay. So you were married 17 years and we both, adored our spouses. We had great marriages. We lost them young. They were both 56 and we were both devastated. And we kind of really thought that was it. So we didn't really think that we would find somebody again, although we did kind of meet on a dating site.
Yeah.
But
she had a photo of herself playing electric bass, and I had a photo on my portfolio showing me playing guitar. She was trying to put a little garage band together.
Yeah, that's too fun. I
I was
haven't even
looking
picked
for
the
a
thing up.
guitar player.
So, one of the things I like to do as I age is try to learn new things. And I picked up a bass and played a bass and really, really enjoyed it. So, I wanted to learn how to play it. So then I heard you learn faster if you start playing with people. So I was kind of like, what'd you do? Email me and ask me about the bass or something, and we met.
I don't remember who contacted who first.
You contacted me, but I really was looking. Let's get together. Let's start a band. Well, that's what we were looking for. I remember I was looking. Okay, so I turned my basement into a studio. It's a music studio, and I had drums down here because my grandson had drums. I had a bass. My previous husband had some guitars, which I didn't know how to play. I was really only interested in the bass. But I needed a guitar player and I needed a drummer. I found a drummer. He came over and played. And I had to what's that called when you vet him? Yeah, I had to vet him to make sure he was okay to come in the house. I mean, I have kids in the house upstairs. My grandkids live here. So I went out and met him and he came over and we played with, it was you, me, and the drummer one time.
Yep.
I don't even remember his name because we have not played since. Okay. Well, not all together. You pick up the guitar every now and then play. I lost my blisters or calluses. I don't think I could play anything, but I do love the bass. I just think it's really cool. And, I don't know, maybe I'll pick it up again. I have a real pretty bass over there too. So, this is we're down in the basement right now. This is a music room / now it's YouTube studio. And sometimes it's my office, depending on what kind of work I'm doing. So it kind of gets multi-use. The problem is we have so much traffic in this house with, like I said, 3 they're young adults now, 21-year-olds, 2 21-year-olds, a 16-year-old, 3 dogs,
and 2 cats.
2 cats.
And God knows how many mice.
No, the cats probably eat them. And the dog eats the squirrels. Huh. So Endless is saying they were widowed in 2006, remarried in 2009. Funny, I have a studio in my basement too. It's funny, when I converted the basement, I thought it was weird because I always gave it to the kids. It was always their playroom, their, Nintendo back then it was, or whatever. So finally, when it was my time, I think I had actually built a little bar, put a bar down here. Bob, I think you were here then. And then we kind of made it the music room. The music room was kind of getting pushed out, but you have too many guitars in here anyway. There's no way you need all this stuff. So yeah, Bill, how many? Well, Bill can't have a lot of guitars because he lives in.
I'm down to 5 guitars.
No, you're not.
I'm down to 5 guitars.
Really?
4 of which, I got 1 in the case, 4 of which I'm playing periodically. But she's got 7 guitars, I think, in here that most of them are in such bad shape they're not even playable.
So
But
hang on.
she won't get rid of any of them.
Well, the one is Dave's.
Right.
Okay. And the second one, Dave bought me.
Okay.
So say no more.
All right. That's 2.
And then the one bass. All right. So I have 2 basses,
Right.
a guitar. Oh, and the electric. Oh, I have 5 too. And I don't even touch them. Oh, well. 1 guitar, no space. Exactly, Bill. That's why these tiny houses are better. And you play that guitar real nice too. You have a nice singing voice. Your voice sounds so different when you sing than when you talk. When you talk in a much deeper voice. I was surprised by your singing voice. But Brian said something that he called about reservations, and that Florida meetup with the I Ride Tiny House Adventures was sold out. I did hear that, and are we right about that, Bill? But I thought that you guys were telling people to go to another campground nearby. So that, I don't know what the campground was, but we could kill two birds in one stone. If we go out there, and then we can meet up with Brian too. And I'd love to meet up with Brian. Brian's the one with the cabin, the log cabin that we put on our channel. N equals guitars. You have N plus 1 is guitars you need.
Yeah, I was up to 13. That was the most I've ever had. And I got severely critiqued for having that many. And that was...
From me?
No, that was previous wife. I'm learning that, really, everybody has a favorite guitar. So there's one that I'm primarily playing, and I just like the sound of it, particularly the way it, combination of the electronics and the amplifier and give it the sound.
They do sound nice, and you know what? They're pretty. They got all the they're just pretty. Especially that beautiful bass over there. Mm-hmm. That wood grain bass is beautiful. I miss playing that. But I don't have any time because I'm always making YouTube videos. That's all I do is edit YouTube videos. Do you all have YouTube channels? I said y'all. Honestly, I have 5 cutting back to 2. I was just telling you the other day that it seems like no one has garage bands anymore. I think all the kids are playing, I don't know, the video games and stuff. Or either that or maybe they're on YouTube.
Well, I think some of it has to do with the fact that you got this electronic music now that you can create without even needing to know how to play an instrument.
I want more.
And
please.
So I think that people are utilizing their creativity in different ways that don't require a lot of education. There's not as long a learning curve to be able to create electronic music as there is to learn to master an instrument.
Well, oops. No, I think, of course I'm biased with YouTube, but I used to say before that everything you ever want to know, you can learn on YouTube. And that is so true. I don't even know if you need to go to school anymore. It's on YouTube. Everything's on YouTube.
Well, that and those books for dummies.
Yeah, that's true. But they don't have a book for dummy for everything. YouTube has a video for everything. Oh, I forgot about them. Did you want to? No. So, well, it's 8:12. We've been on here for
over an hour.
A little over an hour. So I thank everyone for being here. I don't want to bore you and take up too much of your time. I try to be mindful of that, especially in our videos too. I talk real fast a lot. I really try to keep videos short. I love my B-roll though. Okay. And if you guys don't know what B-roll is, it's the footage in the background that's playing when we're talking. It's one of my favorite things to do is playing with B-roll. I think the tours and the interviews, I think, although they're probably not that difficult to edit, I think they're one of the more challenging things to get just right. When we were interviewed for a tour with New Jersey Outdoor Adventures, he walked us through the whole thing, and I think we really need to take after what he did. Because he didn't speak at all. He let us walked us through the whole thing and would point us like, tell me about this. So we're trying to get better at some of that. I think we're handing more of that off to you because I'm really not all that comfortable with it. But a lot of good stuff coming up. But thank you so much, everybody, for coming on. Does anybody have any questions before we go out of here, and I guess I'll have to find a video to edit because that's all I do. Let's let them have time to type. What is on that computer? Where are you camping next? Well, actually, we're camping next in New Jersey down the shore. But that's at my brother's park model. And like I said, I wanted to a video on different types of camping, which will be, a tent, a cargo, a park model, and show all the different types. The other thing, I don't know if you're familiar with New Jersey. New Jersey takes a bad rap, let me tell you. Okay, we're the butt of everyone's jokes, but New Jersey has probably the best beaches I've ever been to. And there is, I don't know, 30, maybe 30, 40 mile stretch. Maybe it's 30 from Atlantic City down to Cape May, where there are hundreds of campgrounds. I mean, literally hundreds of campgrounds. There's not so much up North Jersey, but down South Jersey way, there's a lot. So, and we camp at some of them sometimes, but I'm thinking about, maybe ducking into some of those and doing some reviews. So we're going to be doing that. And then we're going to, where is that in Pennsylvania? I call it upstate, but I don't know. Kettle Creek.
Yeah, that's North Central PA.
North Central PA. I've never been, and Thousand Islands. I'm not purposely not looking anything up on YouTube because I don't want to see what it's like. Not that anything ever, usually when I'm there, like when we went to the Keys, I thought I was in the paradise. I absolutely loved it. And I did look the stuff up online first. But I purposely don't want to look anything up because I get so excited going on these trips, especially if it's a place we haven't been before. So I don't want to look anything up. So we're going to Pennsylvania, maybe some boondocking up there, upstate New York, all the way up to the Canadian border. Again, never been. And after that is the following month is Assateague, which we have been to, but at least now we have a inverter generator, so we'll have air conditioner if it's hot. And we don't have anything else planned. And that doesn't mean we're not camping, but we are waiting with his shoulder surgery to see. I think there's another cargo camper that may have a meetup around here. So that's all we have so far. So Bill is saying, so his meetup is, and I don't know if I'm calling that right. Is that what you call it, Bill, a meetup? They sold out in 2 hours once announced. There are state parks nearby with good prices. Olena State Park, Gilcrest Blue Spring State Park, less than 30 minutes away. Okay. Yeah, we like state parks a lot. We've been to some really nice state parks. So it's something to think about. And Brian, let us know if you're going to be at one of them, and maybe we can Tiny House Adventure Rendezvous. Is that a lot of work to set that up? It sounds like it would be.
Sometimes you just book a destination in the weekend.
Well, but you had to book the whole campground?
Well, no, they just, anybody that wants to attend it, they make their own reservation that weekend. And then if you can't get in there, you go someplace close.
All right, I'm going with Endless. They're going to the Grand Teton in September. What's NP? National Park.
Yeah.
Is that right near Yellowstone? The Grand Teton?
I think it's in California. It's farther west.
What state is Grand Teton in? No, I think it's Utah. All right, so Bill's saying the campground was very cooperative. I mean, I don't want to take on something like that yet. We're too small anyway, but it's something to think about. we just got our first live underway, but it's something, and hopefully maybe we can meet up with other people. Maybe we can go to iRides, and Rick's enjoying the drink.
Yes.
You're funny, Brian.
Uh.
So it's past Yellowstone. Is it in Utah? The Grand Tetons? You can tell I didn't do well in geography. Where's Yellowstone? Wyoming? What are you
It's
looking
on the
at?
border.
Oh, you're
I
watching
can
the
see
chat.
the print over here from their comments.
Oh, Teton is next door to Yellowstone.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to get there so bad. It's definitely on the list. I'm thinking within a year we've got to get there. And I don't know that we have too much of an excuse now, because I don't care how much gas prices go up. If you're only taking the van and you don't have to pull the trailer, you're saving gas mileage.
Yeah, the gas mileage on my van is cut in half when I'm pulling the trailers.
Yeah. And then maybe you'll let me drive the van too and help you on some of the driving if we're not pulling something. So, and then we'll see. All right, Bill. I'll see you. Tell Deb, see you later. Don't work too hard. Yep, Wyoming. I thought it was in Wyoming.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, guys. So I think we're going to end this. Thank you so much for joining us on our first live stream. It's not our last. Was this fun?
I enjoyed it.
Little technical things. I think we lost Wayne in the beginning. I don't know what happened.
I don't know either,
but overall easier than I thought. So again, we thank you so much, and we'll just keep putting the videos up, and be sure to let us know what you want to see. Just don't say cargo camper conversions because we can't find that many. I'm going online looking for some. It's a Freedom Ring is on here. That's Brian. Brian is had the cargo camper cabin that I think you got, I don't know, like 4,000 views on our channel so far, and I think your channel only had like 5. But I mean, I don't even know if you had a channel. It's just a page, like 500. So you got a lot of views from that, and we're looking for more of them. So Emma says they get 12 miles soon out to a gallon with the trailer. That's probably about what we get.
No, I get about 10 to 11.
Really? Yeah. All right, guys. Happy camping. Let's toast them one more time. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for being on with us.
Thank you for everything. So please, this is your channel. Okay? We're just hosting it. Okay? We want to put on here what you guys want to see. So let us know in the comments. Just let us know, and we'll try to do our best to put on things that you like. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you don't like. Well, as soon as we get that community tab, I'll be putting up some surveys and stuff. That'll help us out a lot. All right, guys. Good night, everyone. Have a good day or night. Take care. Bye-bye.